Hey everyone, I'm working to hit 1,000 subscribers and I need your help to get there. If you enjoy this content, please hit that subscribe button right now.
Hello everybody and welcome back, because today feels like one of those moments where the Toronto Blue Jays are standing in a quiet corridor, hearing the echo of doors closing and deciding whether they want to open one more before the season truly begins. Coming to you from the Sports Interaction studio, where there is always something to say about the Blue Jays, this is the Blue Jays Report. And tonight, we're turning our full attention to Cody Bellinger, the market around him, and what his future might say about Toronto's intentions after missing out on Kyle Tucker and Bo Bichette. There's a strange calm after the storm of free agency, and it's deceptive. On the surface, things feel settled, but beneath that calm, there's still movement, still possibility. Cody Bellinger has been linked to the New York Yankees all offseason, almost like a shadow that refuses to leave the Bronx. But now that shadow is starting to blur. According to recent reports, the Yankees have drawn a line in the sand, deciding internally that they will not engage in a bidding war if another team comes flying in with a wild blow-away offer. Their proposal stands at 5 years, $160 million, with 2 opt-outs, and they are prepared to let Bellinger walk away if someone wants to push the price higher. Honestly, after watching the sheer madness surrounding Kyle Tucker and Bo Bichette, you can understand why the Yankees have reached that point. At some stage, even the biggest spenders blink. The market has become a living creature, hungry and impatient, demanding more every winter, and sometimes the smartest move is refusing to feed it again. That doesn't mean the Yankees' offer isn't strong. In fact, it's a fair deal by almost any historical standard. The problem is that fairness doesn't always win in modern baseball. The one thing working in New York's favor is timing. The Mets already detonated their payroll with a massive commitment elsewhere, and asking them to do it again for Bellinger would mean stacking 3 enormous contracts on top of one another for 2026. Could they do it? Absolutely. Will they want to? That's far less certain. Other teams are circling, but none seem desperate enough yet to smash through that Yankees offer without hesitation, and that's where Toronto quietly enters the frame. The Blue Jays are in an interesting position because they were very much in on Kyle Tucker, and the details of that offer should genuinely make fans feel better. 10 years, $350 million. That's not cheap. That's not timid. That's a serious, respectful offer that valued Tucker at $35 million a year. Anyone claiming the front office didn't try hard enough needs to pause and look at that number again. They didn't lose Tucker because they were cheap. They lost him because the market went nuclear. Now here's where things get fascinating. If Toronto was willing to go to $35 million AAV for Tucker, and if reports suggest Bellinger is looking for something closer to $36 or $37 million per year, the gap suddenly doesn't feel impossible. The Yankees are sitting at roughly $32 million AAV with their offer. If the Blue Jays believe Bellinger is even remotely close to Tucker in value, at least in terms of overall contribution, then a competitive offer isn't just theoretical, it's plausible. But plausibility and probability are not the same thing. The Blue Jays don't operate like the Mets. They don't throw money into the wind and hope it comes back as wins. Their spending has logic, structure, and an internal ceiling they rarely shatter unless they are convinced the player changes everything. Cody Bellinger is very good. He is not Kyle Tucker, and that distinction matters deeply inside a front office. That said, Bellinger's case is compelling. An OPS north of .800 last season, an OPS plus of 125, and 29 home runs is real production. Add in elite defense, strong base running with double-digit steals, and positional flexibility that allows him to slide between the outfield and first base, and you start to see why teams keep circling back to him. He raises the floor of your roster even when the bat cools, and that has value in October. What really sharpens the argument for Toronto, though, is timing. George Springer and Dalton Varsho are likely coming off the books next season. That's money freed up and roles left vacant in an outfield that will suddenly look very different. Signing Bellinger now wouldn't just be about 2026, it would be about continuity. It would be about handing the keys to someone who can slide into Springer's role without the organization scrambling for solutions in a thinner future free agent class. This might be the last clear opportunity to extend the competitive window cleanly without improvisation. Next year's outfield market is sparse, and betting everything on internal development carries its own risks. Bellinger, for all his inconsistency, offers something Toronto values deeply: optionality. If Vladimir Guerrero Jr. needs days at DH or rest at first base, Bellinger can step in. If injuries strike the outfield, he absorbs the shock rather than exposing it. The uncomfortable truth, though, is the price. $36 or $37 million a year feels enormous, especially when you think of other superstars around the league earning similar or even smaller amounts. Paying Bellinger more annually than players like Harper or Betts challenges every traditional instinct, yet the market no longer cares about tradition. It cares about leverage, timing, and scarcity, and right now, Bellinger has all three. This is where the decision becomes philosophical. Do the Blue Jays stick rigidly to valuation models and risk one injury derailing a World Series run, or do they lean into the moment and accept a controlled overpay for stability and depth? Kyle Tucker was an easy yes because his ceiling is unmistakable. Bellinger lives in the gray space where floor and ceiling blur together and where conviction matters more than certainty. I'll be honest, I would love to see Cody Bellinger in a uniform Blue Jays, not because he's perfect, but because he fits the urgency of this window. This roster is built to win now, and adding another 5-win player, even at a premium, could be the difference between another deep run or a season of what-ifs. It's not our money after all, and the resources are there after missing on Tucker. So now the ball is firmly in Ross Atkins' court. The Yankees aren't budging. The door is open. The question is whether Toronto wants to walk through it. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Like the video, share it with fellow fans, and subscribe to the Blue Jays Report for everything that comes next. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, go Jays!